gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
First at 10, a teenager, one of two people killed in a triple shooting. This is First Alert 4 at 10. I'm Samantha Jones.
And I'm Corey Stark. Tonight, there is a manhunt for whoever pulled the trigger in South County. Officials are still trying to piece together exactly what happened outside the Black Forest apartment complex on Baumgartner Road in Oakville. Justin Andrews joins us from the South County precinct after talking to one of the victim's sisters.
So guys, we have another teenager, and if I'm not mistaken, a couple teenagers who are actually deleted in this incident here. And obviously it is something that we see becoming the norm in the community, and you know, we're sick and tired of it on this side of the internet, but I believe that the powers that be are not. That's why you have heavy censorship, heavy shadow banning of this channel, because there are a lot of jewels that I'm giving out that will help people become safe. But you know, I believe that that is not what the powers that be have on their minds, and inevitably you have these situations continuing to occur.
Yeah, Corey, Sam, she tells me that her brother, Collin Courtwright, was shot and killed today. He was only 15 years old. Tonight, police are still looking for whoever pulled the trigger. Standing between these flashing police lights is Clarissa Starnes, her father and sister, a family forever changed.
A very tough situation, but we're gonna pull through. We're gonna be here for each other. Too distraught to show her face, but says her brother, 15-year-old Collin Courtwright, was shot and killed Monday afternoon at the Black Forest Apartments in Oakville. Drone 4 footage shows yellow crime tape roping off the parking lot of this sizable scene in South County.
And yeah, these apartment complexes are no longer safe, you know, especially if you're meeting up to link up with somebody that you don't know. I mean, guys, you got to be way more careful out here, because these super gremlins are on demon time.
While investigators worked for hours searching for clues.
There's two scenes. There was a shooting in the apartment complex, and then some individuals utilized a footpath to gain entrance to the cul-de-sac down here.
Police tell us the triple shooting happened just before 2 Monday afternoon. Upon arrival, officers found 3 guys with gunshot wounds. A teen and another male was killed, and a third victim in the hospital.
They haven't really said anything at this point, although they did confirm it was him and one of his other friends.
Witnesses say they saw a group of guys jump out of a car and start shooting.
Damn. Just the pop out. You know, and this is something that is practiced in the community often, the pop out, right? Some guys would even name their crews the pop out gang, because they pop out real quick, do some dirt, and then hop in the whip and dip off.
The vehicle left the scene. There was a vehicle that left the scene, but we're not sure, and I don't want to be able to put that out there because we're not exactly sure on the color.
First Alert 4 cameras rolling as a police chopper hovered over the area looking for suspects. Investigators say this shooting does not appear to be random. Starnes says her brother loved his family and the violence must stop.
Too many people, too many young lives lost.
And at this hour, police have not confirmed the names or ages of any of the victims in this. We also tonight don't have a description of the suspect or that getaway car. We're live in South County tonight. Sam, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Justin, thank you. New tonight.
Lewis County police have identified a second teenager killed in a triple shooting. 16-year-old Tyree Williams died this week after being shot outside an Oakville apartment complex. Williams and his 15-year-old friend were killed Monday afternoon.
A third victim who was taken to the hospital after the shooting has not yet been identified. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer is live from the South County Police Precinct with new information from Tyree Williams' family. Diamond.
Well, Kelly and Mike, family of 16-year-old Tyree Williams, tells us he loved to play video games and even played several sports, including basketball and football. Tyree was best friends with Collin Courtwright, the other victim.
Tyree was only 16.
Nashia Sessions says her cousin, Tyree Williams, was shot 3 times Monday in the park.
Dang. They shot the boy 3 times. Totally unnecessary. Guys, we have to do better as a community, because the stories that we're putting out, the film, right? The tape that we're putting, you know, what we're putting on tape, as we like to call it in the sports world, is atrocious. All right? Just the paper trail of bodies that are stacking, you know, in honor of the real ninja culture. It's a shame, and we're losing too many good people because of it.
Parking lot of Black Forest Apartments in Oakville, twice in the legs and once in the head. He later died on the way to the hospital.
It don't make no sense. Over marijuana pens.
Okay, so she says it was over weed pens. And this is a very dangerous thing, right? When you're meeting up with guys you don't know for illicit drugs, whether he's selling or buying, it's just not good, because you don't know these people and they could have ulterior motives, and obviously they did, and they weren't sitting there politicking or you know, debating if they was going to take it from you. They took his life, and they took the product, and they're out.
It don't make, and then y'all was older than them. Y'all knew better.
St. Louis County Police confirmed 19-year-old Tyler Coleman and 18-year-old Zachary Hough have been charged.
Woo! So 19-year-old Tyler Coleman and 18-year-old Zachary Hough. We have a glider gremlin in the mix, and it looks like this is a black and white duo. Wow. So we don't really see this very often. Black men doing dirt with white boys. We don't see that very often. Now, we do see black men doing dirt too against white boys, especially in a scenario like this where, you know, maybe the guy is selling the weed pens, or maybe they're buying and, you know, you rob them. But in this case, we have these guys working together like salt and pepper. They are pulling up, and you know, here's the thing. What they probably did was the white boy goes and asks for the pins or whatnot, and then the black kid comes out and does the pop out. And this is very dangerous, because you got people who are leaking up, like I said, who don't know who they're meeting up with. So you don't really know what to expect. And obviously they caught these young boys slipping. Just a total disaster. But these super glider gremlins are on demon time.
Charged with the murder of Tyree Williams and Collin Courtwright. They say the suspects were in Oakville selling marijuana cartridges to the teenagers. The suspects were students in the Melville School District, which released a statement to families saying, "Today we were informed that 2 of our students have been charged with crimes in connection to a shooting that took place off campus in a neighborhood near Oakville High School on February 5th. Sessions says Tyree and Collin were best friends. Another one of Tyree's cousins talked about the tragedy.
I'ma just say we all go miss him. Like, that was so out of nowhere, we all go miss him. Like, he the least of my, like out of all the cousins, he like the one I least expected to die. Like,
so he's saying he got some hot cousins who are in the mix, and the one who ended up passing away was the least expected, and that is what we see oftentimes in the community. It's a very unfortunate turn of events.
He's so young.
Tyree's family says their new reality is setting in.
It don't make no sense. Y'all still get to live y'all lives. Y'all family get to see y'all in jail. We got to go visit them at graves.
And even through their grief, Tyree's family says they're hurting for the third victim in the shooting.
We're hurting for the other little boy that was shot. We just hurting. They don't know if he's gonna make it.
Tyree's family does tell us they are in communication with the family of the third victim. They tell us that third victim was shot in the stomach and has underwent surgery, but right now that family does not wish to release his name. Reporting live here at the South County Precinct, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
We are learning more about a deadly triple shooting in South County that claimed 2 lives. And tonight, the family of one of the teenage victims returns to the scene of the crime. Fox 2's Jeff Bernthal is live from St. Louis County Police Headquarters with what we are learning tonight about this investigation. Jeff.
Yeah, Mandy, late today, St. Louis County Police announced that charges have been filed against 2 teenagers from South St. Louis County, 19-year-old Tyler Coleman and 18-year-old Zachary Hough. And investigators believe that the victims were shot during the sale of marijuana cartridges. The emotions on display are from the friends and family of 15-year-old Collin Courtwright. The show of support taking place on the Black Forest Apartments parking lot where gunfire took 2 lives and sent a third victim to the hospital.
Kids need to stop getting guns. They need to stop solving issues with a gun. Not everything requires violence. I just wish people would.
But what you got to understand is the mentality is take that. I'm going to take that from you. That's what went down. And you know, it's something that has been cemented in the culture, and that's what we identify as a culture. Yes, something that has been cemented in the culture for years. If you feel like somebody is a punk, take it from them. And that's exactly what happened here, what occurred here. But in this case, it looks like these dudes, they were looking to catch bodies, not only take the pins, but they were looking to catch bodies and, you know, prove street cred and all types of stuff. So this is, I mean, you got 2 guys who were willing to crash out over a weed pen.
Would start talking to each other versus resorting to fights.
Earlier in the day, Collin's dad sharing these images and remembering the good times he shared with his son.
I just want people to remember my son as, you know, a good person, because my son would never hurt anyone. Yeah, my son might have been a follower, you know, and not a leader where he should have been.
Candles lit, showing just how much Collin meant to family and friends the 15-year-old leaves behind.
He had a good smile. He had a really good smile. He was always laughing, cracking jokes. If you were sad, you could call him. He would make you laugh.
There is also appreciation for the news. Suspects have been charged.
I just hope that there is justice not only for Collin, but the other ones that were involved in the shooting as well, because it's always hard to see someone just walk away. So I am thankful that our family is getting some kind of justice for it.
Police have not released the identity of the second victim who was killed. The charges in this case against Hough and Coleman include drug, weapons, and second-degree murder charges. Reporting live from Clayton, Jeff Bernthal, Fox 2 News.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
A triple shooting in South County Monday left 2 people dead, one of them just 15 years old. And that's this boy, Collin Courtwright.
And tonight, county police have arrested 3 as First Alert 4 hears from Collin's dad. Tonight, First Alert 4's Shoshana Stahl is live in Oakville. Shoshana.
So we got 3 arrests. I only have the mugshots of the 2, as I showed you guys earlier. But, man, I mean, these kids are just getting way more violent. And obviously, St. Louis is extremely dangerous, the St. Louis area. And this is what we have going down.
Anna.
Sam, Corey, Collin's dad tells me the shock of it all actually sent him to the hospital last night. He says the second detectives described the tattoos of the person that was dead, he knew his son was gone.
Damn.
We just drove around. I couldn't come back home. You know, I can't go back in there.
And it looks like Pops was in the streets. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but, you know, he's got face tattoos. So, I mean, it's these guys, it looks like they all coming from the gutter.
Samuel Starnes is remembering his 15-year-old son, Collin Courtwright, after being shot and killed Monday afternoon at the Black Forest Apartments in Oakville.
Me and him, we were best friends. I told him, I'm your dad. I'm gonna be there for the rest of your life.
Starnes says he found out about the shooting from his sister, and then family tracked Collin's location to where the shooting happened.
I hopped in the truck, and I made it out there in 5 minutes. I pulled up, and something told me that I didn't know at the time that was my son over there.
A second man was killed in the shooting and a third injured. St. Louis County Police have not released the other victim's name, but says 3 suspects are in custody. Neighbor Sam Ramponi says he was shocked something like this happened outside his home.
It's a shame, you know, because I don't like to see anybody get hurt, you know, because we're all human. We're supposed to take care of each other, you know, not trying to kill each other. You know, this is sad. It's really sad, and I hate.
But yeah, that's the thing. That's not how the culture is bringing us up to be, right? It's almost every man for himself, and get it how you live, and if you do something to somebody, it is what it is. There's not really remorse behind these things. And I mean, you could even tell in these guys' mugshots, they really weren't caring, right? They was just, it's like, okay, we got caught, boom, now what?
To see that.
Starnes describes his son as one of a kind with tons of friends. Just last month, Collin was released from juvenile detention and was still on probation for assaulting someone. Starnes says he was turning his life around.
He was a totally different person.
St. Louis County Police tell me so far this year, the South County precinct has had 3 homicides. In 2023, there was 1. Now,
Wow.
Collin's family tells me they're planning to do a balloon release and memorial service here at that apartment complex where he was killed tonight at 6. Live in Oakville, Shoshana Stahl, First Alert 4.
News 11 follow-up now on a story you first saw as breaking news yesterday here at 4. St. Louis County Police say they have arrested 2 suspects in connection with Monday's triple shooting. Our Chris Hayes spoke with the father of one of those victims earlier today. He joins us now with what they discussed. Chris?
Mike, Sam Starnes told me he was confident police were close to making arrests in the shooting death of his 15-year-old son, Collin Courtwright. County police say they've arrested 2 people and are applying for charges, and a 3rd suspect currently hospitalized. Police say will also likely be charged. This is father and son recently in a good memory that Sam Starnes will hold on to.
We were a bond. You know, like I told him, I said, son, I'm going to be there for you no matter what happens. I'm always going to be there for you.
His 15-year-old son, Collin Courtwright, was shot and killed Monday afternoon in this apartment complex parking lot near the intersection of Telegraph and Baumgartner Roads. Starnes says he does not know why his son, who attended high school in St. Charles, was at this location, but he believes all of those involved are teens.
I think they're all high school kids. I just want people to remember my son as, you know, a good person, because my son would never hurt anyone. Yeah, my son might have been a follower, you know, and not a leader where he should have been.
Dad says he'd accompanied his son to a therapy session earlier Monday, and they had just parted. Then he said someone told him to turn on the news. There was a shooting in South County, and his son's phone was pinging in the area.
This was probably over $20, maybe, of what, you know, if they were buying or whatever was going on. Now
They weren't buying, they was robbing. That's for damn sure. You know, no disrespect, but they took your kid for a punk, and honestly, it doesn't even seem like they gave him the opportunity to give it up. They just shot them all.
Now you're going to end up spending the rest of your life in jail over nothing.
But here's the thing, they may not spend the rest of their life in jail, honestly. With this lenient criminal justice system, I'm just saying.
Amarito Automotive Group Skyfox, we could see the St. Louis County Police investigation, which included not only the apartment complex, but also the neighboring subdivision. It's unclear how the suspects came and went or their connection to the area. St. Louis County Police say one other person was shot and killed in the incident, and a third was shot and survived. Investigators have not yet identified those victims. Starnes is confident police will quickly solve this case.
I have 100% that they will catch these guys.
Again, police say they've made 2 arrests and a third suspect is in the hospital. No word on suspect names or ages yet. Chris Hayes, News 11.
New developments in a triple shooting that left 2 people dead in South St. Louis County. Police now have 3 suspects in custody. Officers found the victims in the parking lot of the Black Forest Apartments and in a nearby cul-de-sac in Oakville yesterday afternoon. 15-year-old Collin Courtwright died. Collin's father tells us his son's 16-year-old friend also died. The third victim is recovering in the hospital. As of now, no charges have been filed against the suspects.
A big break in the South County triple shooting case.
Arrests and now criminal charges against 2 teenagers who police say were part of a potential marijuana deal. Fox News' Chris Hayes spoke to the father of the 15-year-old who died in that shooting, as he was confident that police were on to the suspects. Chris.
Jasmine Shirley, yes, Sam Starnes said he knew there would be arrests in the shooting death of his teen son. Then, just about 30 minutes ago, St. Louis County Police announced criminal charges of second-degree murder, armed criminal action, and marijuana delivery. Charged are 19-year-old Tyler Coleman.
Oh, wow. So it looks like maybe they were actually supposed to drop off the weed, so they were the quote-unquote plugs, and I guess they were trying to rob them of the money. I don't know. It's all convoluted and confusing, but all I know is this didn't have to happen over such a small amount. You know, these guys are just crashing out over anything nowadays. These super glider gremlins are on demon time.
And 18-year-old Zachary Hough, the father of 15-year-old Collin Courtwright, told me earlier today that this was violence over essentially nothing. This is father and son recently in a good memory that Sam Starnes will hold on to.
We were a bond. You know, like I told him, I said, son, I'm going to be there for you no matter what happens. I'm always going to be there for you.
His 15-year-old son, Collin Courtwright, was shot and killed Monday afternoon in this apartment complex parking lot near the intersection of Telegraph and Baumgartner Roads. Starnes says he does not know why his son, who attended high school in St. Charles, was at this location, but he believes all of those involved are teens.
I just want people to remember my son as, you know, a good person, because my son would never hurt anyone.
Starnes says he had just left a therapy session with his son a few hours prior. Then he said someone called him to say, turn on the news. There was a shooting here in South County, and his son's phone was pinging here.
This was probably over $20 maybe of what, you know, if they were buying or whatever was going on. Now you're going to end up spending the rest of your life in jail over nothing.
From Bomarito Automotive Group Skyfox, we could see the St. Louis County Police investigation, which included not only the apartment complex, but also the neighboring subdivision. It's unclear how the suspects came and went or their connection to the area. St. Louis County Police say one other person was shot and killed in the incident, and a third was shot and survived. Investigators have not yet identified those victims. Again, an 18 and 19-year-old are now charged with second-degree murder. St. Louis County Police say they've also identified a third suspect who's in custody recovering in the hospital and who will also likely be charged. Jasmine and Shirley.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.